Hello. I have often made reference to a machine that you have not seen here. That's about to change. Indeed, I have spoken frequently about a Porsche style 8296, but it has remained hidden away, off camera to the side, until now. Oh. Give me a moment. They are much like the pets. A little awkward. There is the removable keyboard. And here is the 8296 in all its glory. Indeed, the keyboard detaches and plugged in. So you have a long cord. Well, not long, but you know, certainly more and you could put this on the desk and put the keyboard on your lap, and kind of like a laptop. Now, the other thing I've made reference to a time or two is a 9060. That would be a hard drive. Commodore was, if I remember rightly, the first machine to come out with a hard drive option. It was. And they had two models. One of them held 5 megabytes, not gigabytes, not, you know, anything else, just megabytes. That's all it held. But compared to the floppy drives of the day, that was huge. Huge. So, and for certain applications, such as way back when, with the T-Pug membership, in order to make it all work, they really needed a hard drive. So, some time ago, I got this rare bit of Commodore history from a nice fellow who did not want to see it end up in some landfill or some other awful thing. And he wasn't sure if it worked or not. But the price was fair. considering. Oh, by the way, this is another PET to IEEE cable. Note, Commodore in the top. This too is kind of yucky. That's the way they sometimes are. Okay, so we attach this. It's funny, there is also, in later versions of this cable, they have little ground strap things. I guess the idea is, well, most people when they hook things up like this, they never undid them. They just sat. So I guess you were supposed to undo a screw on the back of the machine and attach the ground thing. And put the ground thing onto one of the screws that attach the cable, I think. But I never, well, I keep moving things around, so. Sorry. Anyway, so here, oh, perhaps I need to shuffle a bit over. Here will be the 9060. Now, it doesn't have its cover on it. There's that beautiful sound. And I suspect when I hit this, power, come on power, there we go. Now the thing about these hard drives, of course, was once you turned them on, they spun. It wasn't like the modern things where they after they realize nothing's happening, they'll shut off for a while. This was not the case. This was on, it was on, it was on. So this is a 9060. It's 5 megabytes. I'm trying to think if I've ever had another 9060. I have not. I have a 9090. It's in the basement. I have to get it up here, and if I'm really brave, I'll start doing some tinkering. Because, as I have found, oh, so many times, there's something wrong with this. You turn it on, it spins. It sounds fine. The lights stay fine. Everything is fine. But it's not fine. If I try and catalog, or do a directory, the light it just immediately goes to error. Like it's getting it, but it's not. So the 9060 I have in the basement, 9090 I have in the basement, used to be on the Bradley Brothers bulletin board system. And I know that it works, at least every time I've checked it, it works fine. And I'm really not overly looking forward to the possibility of taking this, which is similar, but not quite, of taking them all apart and trying to figure out what's wrong with this one. But of course I want to. I do. But I don't want to end up with a 9060 that doesn't work and a 9090 that doesn't work. So, I guess once again, I can write a little program. First I will clear the screen. And by the way, I've given up all hope of, rescuing what's on here. Here comes Sheldon. So, because there's no hope that I can tell of getting anything, hi Sheldon. Hi Sheldon. There's no hope of getting anything off the light cell, and I don't know what's even on it. But it really doesn't matter. So I'm going to clear the screen. Well, hello. Sheldon, don't step on that. I know, I know, I know. No, you've been fed. Yes, I know. Here, why don't you come on over here? Come on over here, come on over here, come on over here. There you go. There you go. Lie down over here. There's lots of room on the table now. Just lie down. Stay away from the hard drive. I know, Sheldon. Sheldon. No. Stay away from the hard drive. So anyway, I'm going to issue the new command, which should force this to format. And will it actually do it? No, of course it won't. Yes, I know. I know, Sheldon. Here, Sheldon, why don't you go on down? Go, bring Penny back. Bring Penny back, please. So this program, I'm going to clear the screen, and I'm going to open 15, 8, 15, quote, N0, colon, 9060 hard drive, HD, quote, colon, close 15, which should issue the header command, or the new command. Hello, Sheldon. How are you doing? And then I'm going to print the S string, because it's going to come back with an error, of course. That's in line 30. And then in line 40, I'm going to say X equals X. I forget to keep there. Plus 1. And 50, I'm going to say print. Ooh, I'll be cute. I'm going to do a quote. Clear home, but not shifted clear home. X. So, hello. So it's going to clear the screen, and then it's going to do this, and it's going to print the S string, and then it's going to clear the screen. No, it's not. It's not going to clear the screen. It's just going to move to the top. Actually, I think I'm going to change this. I think I can do this. Hello, Sheldon. Thank you for being here. I'm going to get rid of line 30. I don't want to print the S string now. I'm going to send the cursor to the top and print X and then the S string. That is what I'm going to try and do, and I'm going to run. Oh, okay. So, it did it. Which is a magical thing. But now, I forgot to say go to 10. So now it's going to run. Oh, hang on. I do not want to go to 10. I want to go to 20. Because I don't want to clear the screen every time. I want to see this. So it is now well, in those moments it is now issued this command 200 times, and it's come back, and so basically somewhere in this drive, in the at least, no, there's 3 circuit boards I see in there. I think one is power and the other, the other 2 are some sort of logic-y things. It's not happening. I have checked and tested some of the normal chips that we would check in such a device, and it's not happening. Anyway, as I say, I am happy to have this, but very nervous about, now it's up to almost 1,000 times. There, yes, so we've now issued the command 1,000 times, and it's still sitting there saying, I hear you, but I don't hear you. So, I suppose I will let this run. Hello, Sheldon. Yes, aren't you cute? I will let this run. Hello. I know, you've had a hard day, honey. Did you sleep all day? Anyway, I suppose I will, overnight, I'm going to let this World of Commodore pet sit there, and I'll let the 8296 sit here. Hi, Sheldon. And maybe something in here will crank up. I don't, no, stay out of the pet, please. Thank you. It's funny, there was a fellow I knew in high school, and I made reference to his computer as a pet, and he said, oh no, it's not a pet. It's a CBM. It's a Commodore business machine. Which, I don't remember the model, but it was a small screen pet. And the only difference was they called it something else. It just exactly the same. It was a pet. But he was, oh my, no, it's not. So, anyway. So this is a Commodore CBM. Commodore business machine. Model D9060 hard disk. Unfortunately, even though it all sounds good, it won't talk. So I'm not sure what to do about it. By the way, if you have one of these fine devices, there's one command you never, ever use on it, and that is, it's called the collect command. It was done wrong, it was a mistake, it was never fixed. The best thing to do if you're having issues is, as painful as this sounds, copy everything off onto floppies, reformat the drive, and put things back. Because if you collect, which is normally supposed to go through and find bad blocks and sort of do magical things on other Commodore drives, it's a beautiful thing. And this drive is not a beautiful thing. It will just do horrible things to you. And I don't know how many of these they sold, but anyway, it was never fixed, never corrected. So, so now, this has issued the header command coming up on 4,000 times. And I'm not sure we can see, but the LED is like flickering here. I'm just hoping that one time, somehow, if I send it enough times, that it's going to get through. Oh, well, that's a sound. There was a fellow, he had a 1701 or 2 up on Kijiji. He's had it up before, and he has described it as an RGB monitor, and is not an RGB monitor. An RGB monitor was a special thing to go with the Amiga. Oh, somebody's waving at me. Hello, who's waving? Anyway, so I told him before it wasn't, and he kept on telling me it was, so he's listened again because it hasn't sold. And I sent a very long explanation this time. And he has finally written back to say, oh, yeah, you're right, how about that? Anyway, it is good to make things available if you don't want them anymore, but it's also good to make sure that your description is accurate. You don't have somebody showing up thinking they're going to get some hot Amiga monitor and finding a 1701 or 1702 staring at them, saying, what's up with this? What you doing, Sheldon? Sheldon is looking off in the distance. And I don't know why. So, here's the long-awaited 8296. Here's the 9060 hard drive. And, for the moment, I'm going to leave these things to keep testing. Hoping that this will have some breakthrough, but not expecting it to. And we'll see. If I'm really brave sometime, you will see me very carefully going at the 9090 and this to try and figure this out. If I am very brave. But I just have a horrible feeling. Hello. Sheldon. that I'll end up with 2 broken drives. So, let the testing continue. I'm going to have a little talk with Mr. Sheldon. Right, Sheldon? Sheldon, you want to come up? Sheldon? Sheldon, want to come up? Sheldon? Want to come up? Come up? Up, 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 up. Up. Sheldon? Up, 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 up. No? You come on my shoulder? Oh! Okay, so, it is not really 12 o'clock. Okay. I think Sheldon is not liking that clock. I know. I know. So thank you for coming. Stay tuned. We'll see how things work out. I think I know what's going to work out, or how it's going to work out. Probably at some point the 8222 will fail, and I will be perplexed just trying to figure out what's wrong with it. And this hard drive will continue to sit here and make its lovely noise and not communicate. Right, Sheldon? Right, Sheldon? And there's so many little things on it. I've never actually been brave enough to open up the 9090 because it works. And I know I always say, you know, be brave, give it a try. What can go wrong? Well, I don't know. Anyway, thank you for coming. We will meet again.